Today, we're in Animal Kingdom to try 10 new foods. From funky new cold brews to interesting new desserts and even a fan favorite that has made its return, we are trying it all. I know I sound like a broken record, but in my opinion, Animal Kingdom has the best food out of all of the Walt Disney World parks. And it's not often that we're treated to new food here. But just the other day, they dropped loads of new snacks, new entrees, desserts, drinks, all the new things around the park. As you can tell, we have so many new things to try today, so let's head right to our first stop, 8 Spoon Cafe. Now, you may recall, 8 Spoon Cafe used to be the place to go for mac and cheese here in the park. They used to serve some baked mac and cheese for, I believe, about $5, and they also used to serve some loaded mac and cheese for just a little bit more than that, and it was all delicious. So you may be very sad to find out that they have done away with all of that for a brand new menu. They now have smoked chicken wings, pulled pork sliders, and a family-sized portion of churros. You can kind of still find that loaded mac and cheese in the park. We'll get into that in just a little bit. Before we do, we gotta try this new food from 8 Spoon. When it comes to snacking around Disney World, I always love to see new savory snacks debuting in the parks, and a lot of times around Disney World we only get sweet snacks, so I always love to see new savory snacks on the menus. Let's start by trying these pulled pork sliders. They have pulled pork with tangy barbecue sauce on Hawaiian rolls with house-made chips and pickles for $7.99. Now we do have 2 sliders here. They are loaded up with pulled pork, and I'd say this portion might be even larger than like a kid's meal portion, and it's just around the same price as a kid's meal. Now we don't get a drink, but this seems like a pretty good deal to me, around $8 for 2 sliders and some chips. I'd say this could be like a full meal that will fill you up, so it seems like a good deal, but let's see how it tastes. I am really quite impressed by this. Usually I don't like Disney pulled pork. I always find it to be way too saucy and overly sweet. But I always really enjoy the pulled pork from Flame Tree Barbecue, and I feel like they're using the same pork, and they're kind of just pulling the pork from Flame Tree and using it over here at 8 Spoon, and it is so delicious. Like I mentioned, they're loading up each slider, and I really appreciate the amount of meat they're putting on these slider buns. I wasn't sure how I would feel about the Hawaiian rolls. I was thinking that I might have wanted them like to be toasted to add a little bit of texture to the sandwich, but I really like how soft they are. I think the game changer to this though is that pickle. The pickle on here is really good. It adds such a good vinegary flavor to this. There is only 1 per slider, and I wish there were a bunch. I love pickles, so I think that adds like such a good flavor, and I wish there were so many so I could just like load up and get like a bite of pickle in each bite, because I don't know if there's enough to get pickle in every single bite, but I got it in the first bite and it was delicious. And I was just worried about the texture being too mushy with that bun being so soft, but I really enjoy this. I can't believe it. And I think I have an idea that's going to make this even better. What if we add a chip to our Sammy? That'll give it a little bit of texture. Chip, pickle, pork, bread. Oh yeah. These are so good. Disney knows how to do a kettle chip. They're seasoned so well. They're so crunchy. And when you add them to that sandwich, I'm telling you, you get a great portion of chips. You get 2 of these loaded sliders. This is such a good meal. For $8, this is like either the perfect little snack to share with someone, each get a slider and some chips, or the perfect like light lunch. I would very impressed. And our next food is going to be these smoked chicken wings. These are 3 smoked wings coated in a tangy barbecue sauce and served with house-made chips and pickles for $7.99. Now, if we're just talking portion size, I do have to say you get way more bang for your buck with the slider meal, and it's the same price. You're only getting 3 wings, and they're not very large with this meal here. Actually, I should have taken the pickles off of this one and put them on my sliders, but we got to try these wings. Oh yeah, these are really quite tiny, and they're really soggy, I must say. I could tell just by picking them up how soggy they are. I'm a little worried for these guys, but let's try them out. After a couple bites of these wings, I'm really not a fan of any aspect of them. First of all, the skin on the outside is very thick and chewy, and whether they're fried or smoked wings, I think the outside needs to be in some way crisped. I don't like the outside to be that chewy consistency. I can't really do that where the outside is just like stringy and chewy. I'm also not a fan of the sauce. It definitely has like a tangy, vinegary kick, and it's also sweet. So I'm not personally a big fan of the sauce. I just don't care for it. I can also tell that they've kind of just been sitting in probably a foil or metal tray, just sitting there waiting to be placed in this serving container. Just by the way that the skin and you can just kind of tell that they haven't been made fresh, and I don't think they have a kitchen back there. So I don't know why they went the wing route. I feel like wings are not something that kind of holds up well in a metal tin or a metal tray. You know, I just don't, I think wings are something that they need to be made fresh. And they can't just be served and just sitting there. Wings need to be made fresh. I feel like there's so many other things that do hold well that they could have been serving up. Even with pulled pork, there are so many different things that they could be doing with the pork, because pulled pork is something that holds really well. I don't know. I don't think wings were the way to go, and I'm really not a fan of these. If I had to choose one, I'm going with the pulled pork any day of the week. Now, I promised you guys we'd talk about the loaded mac and cheese a little bit more, and I'd be remiss if I did not show you guys the closed Smiling Crocodile to do so. You guys may remember that the Smiling Crocodile used to serve up some street tacos, and some pretty delicious street tacos at that. Well, a couple of days ago when they announced all of the new food coming to Animal Kingdom, they announced that the loaded mac and cheese would be changing places and would be moving just across the way from 8 Spoon Cafe to the Smiling Crocodile. Well, unfortunately, since they announced this move, the Smiling Crocodile has not been open, and in fact, I don't think this location has been open for like 6 months. So I don't know why they would really announce new food here if they weren't planning on having this location open. I'm kind of hearing that it might not be open until mid to late July. So again, I don't know if this was just a miscommunication and why they announced this. I feel like maybe they should communicate a little bit more with Disney management to make sure they're staffing this location, but I digress. They're supposed to have a loaded sausage and pepper mac and cheese here, which I'm from New Jersey. I love me some sausage and peppers. That sounds delicious. And they're also gonna have a loaded buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Sounds really good. I'm definitely gonna come back when they finally decide to open this place and sell it. But yeah, that'll be coming soon. I don't know when. I guess we'll see. Right, next up, we have made our way over to Africa, and you may remember in the beginning of the video I mentioned that a fan favorite snack has made its return to Animal Kingdom, and if you haven't seen on social media yet, the grilled corn is back in Africa. The grilled corn was probably, it might have been my favorite snack in all of Animal Kingdom. They were grilling up corn fresh at the Harambe Fruit Market right in front of the safari. Freshly grilled corn, coated in butter, and then tossed in African seasonings. It was so delicious every single time. It was one of the most consistent, delicious snacks that you could get, honestly, in all of Disney World. I absolutely loved it. And then maybe it was like a year or so ago, they stopped grilling the corn fresh, and it was truly devastating, not only to me, but to grilled corn fans all across Disney World. Everyone was so upset, me included. They weren't grilling the corn fresh, and it was just like pre-cooked and sitting in foil, and it just simply wasn't good. And I stopped getting it just because it wasn't as enjoyable. It didn't have that fresh grilled flavor. It wasn't the same. And just last week, they brought the grills back. They started grilling the corn fresh again in a new location, and I am so happy. Today, we are gonna have our first freshly grilled corn back here in Animal Kingdom. Let me show you where to find it, because it's in a new location. So it used to be right across from the safari, but now it's right next to the Harambe Market. So the Harambe Market is here, and you're gonna walk right next door And that is where you're gonna find the freshly grilled corn on the cob. You can see all of the signs. You're gonna be able to smell it, trust me. Ah, look at it back there. I'm so excited, guys. I finally have my hands on the grilled corn on the cob with African seasoning. One will cost you $5.29. So not only is this corn here absolutely delicious, it's also very affordable. Very rarely these days can you find a Disney World snack for about $5, and I'm really hoping that it's as delicious as I remember it being. So they're grilling the corn fresh, then they kind of dunk it in butter, and then they just coat it in that African seasoning. And a lot of people like to ask for more seasoning. I personally think it has enough, but if you like a little more seasoning, you can always ask for more. They don't charge you extra or anything. Oh, can't wait to be reunited, guys. I haven't had this corn in so long because it just hasn't been the same. Let's see if it's just as good as I remember. Instantly, yes. When they took that grill away, this corn, it seriously lost all of its flavor and all of its appeal to me. It was just soggy. It was a soggy mess, to be honest. It didn't have that fresh grill flavor, and I think grilling this corn, it just adds a depth of flavor to it beyond the African seasonings. And the African seasonings are such like a warm spice. I'm not sure if it is, but it reminds me of a Bear seasoning. I think I'm saying that correctly. They had a Bear popcorn over in Disneyland at the Troubadour Tavern, and it was just popcorn coated in that seasoning. And it was one of my favorite Disneyland snacks. They took it away, and I was so sad because that seasoning, there's just something about it that I just absolutely love. And it tastes so similar, and it tastes so fantastic on this corn. It just works so well. It's salty, it's warm, it's just coated in butter. And although it's coated in butter, I gotta imagine that this snack is probably still better for you than most other snacks around the park. I would imagine if you wanted to make it a little bit healthier, you could ask for no butter to be on this, but still, it's just like the level of freshness that you can see them making this corn right before your eyes, and you can just grab it and walk around. I know a lot of theme parks will just sell you corn on the cob, but none of them will taste this good. I'm telling you, when you come to Animal Kingdom now that it's back, this is a must-try snack in the park. This is one of my favorite Disney World snacks, and I am seriously I'm so thrilled that it's back, guys. Animal Kingdom just got so much better because the corn is back. All right, so up until this point, we have only had savory snacks, which, you know, that's a-okay with me. I'm more of a savory person, but I figured it's time for some sweet snacks. Oh my gosh. I think the bird show just ended. They were just flying at me. But it's time for some sweet snacks. It's time for some desserts. So we're gonna head towards Dino Land to get another returning snack. More birds flying at me. That is back. And I'm excited for this one. Dino-Bite Snacks was closed for the longest time, including the months leading up to the big Dino Land closure and even the day of the Dino Land closure. And they just decided to reopen with 2 new snacks, including one returning snack that actually happens to be a favorite of mine, the strawberry shortcake ice cream sandwich. This has strawberry crumble baked sugar cookies with strawberry ice cream dipped in strawberry crumble for $8.79. I actually think one of my earlier embarrassing TikToks was reviewing this ice cream sandwich here, and I am so happy that it's back. You know, it's been a while since they've had this. Usually they rotate the ice cream sandwiches that they have at Dino-Bite Snacks, but it's been closed over there for so long, and they haven't brought this strawberry shortcake one back for years. I really think it's been like 4 or 5 years since they've had it over there, and this has been my favorite one that they've had. I love strawberry shortcake ice cream bars, and I love that the cookies that they have are like strawberry shortcake. They're not just regular sugar cookies. They are strawberry shortcake flavored sugar cookies, and then you've got the strawberry ice cream in the middle, and then they roll the sandwich in strawberry shortcake crumbs, although this one that I've got doesn't have many of those crumbs, and it is melting. It is melting very quickly, guys. This sandwich is huge. It's gonna be extremely messy. Oh my gosh, let's take a bite. So good. Messy, but man, this might be even better than I remember somehow. This might be even better than a strawberry shortcake ice cream bar somehow. These cookies are so good. I love Disney's sugar cookies. The ones that they have at just like the hotel quick service, they're a guilty pleasure of mine. They're like the softest, almost a little lemony kind of flavored sugar cookie. And these are giving off that same kind of vibe, except they have that strawberry sugar kind of cakey coating on the outside of them. So fantastic. They're a little crunchy, but they're soft enough to where they're easy to enjoy with the ice cream sandwich. The ice cream was very, very melted by the time they gave it to me. I wish it was more frozen, the scoop that they gave to me, but it's still so good. It's hard to eat and it's easily shareable. Like, this is a huge dessert. I definitely recommend you share this with someone else because you get a huge heaping scoop of ice cream and 2 sugar cookies. This is so good. I wish they would just keep this on the menu forever and never change the ice cream sandwich. This is a top tier dessert at Disney World. This is one of the best desserts in the park.
Yeah, I remember when they moved it.
This is up there with the Nomad Lounge churros, guys. I'm telling you, I wish they would never get rid of this. And I really hope once they get rid of Dino Land altogether, that these ice cream sandwiches, these cookie ice cream sandwiches at Dino-Bite Snacks, find a new home, because I always enjoy the seasonal ones that they have, but I'm telling you guys, this is the best one, a must try. If you're coming by Dino-Bite Snacks and you see that they have the strawberry shortcake version of this dessert, you have to try it. It is fantastic. Also from Dino-Bite Snacks, there is one other new dessert. This is the Dino Excavation. This has a chocolate chunk cookie with cookie crumb milk mousse, an edible sugar bone, and a white chocolate dino egg with a surprise inside for $5.29. Guys, I know this is only $5.29, so I wasn't expecting a big dessert, but this is basically a cold chocolate chip cookie and some crumbs here for $5.29. This is really, really tiny. Let's see what's the surprises inside of this egg. I guess we gotta crack it open. It already has like a hole in it. Oh, it's a little... I have to use my hands. It's a little Dino white chocolate. That is our surprise inside. Oh, and some Mickey sprinkles. Okay. They're crunchy crumbs, and then we've got our cookie mousse milk. It doesn't have much flavor at all. The chocolate chip cookie looks really soft and underbaked. It's pretty good. It just tastes like a chewy Chips Ahoy cookie. You know, it's kind of just like hard to eat this whole dish together. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, I get the whole idea that it's like cute. You're getting a little dino in the egg, but it's like, how are you supposed to actually eat this? I guess, I don't know. $5. It's cute, but it doesn't do it for me. One soft baked chocolate chip cookie, some crumbs, and a white chocolate dino. Not for me. If I'm going to Dino-Bite Snacks, I'm getting that strawberry shortcake ice cream sandwich 100 times over before I'm getting this again. Even if you're a chocolate person, I say just get like some chocolate ice cream before getting this. Like I said, cute idea, not very well executed. And we've got another dessert, another chocolatey kind of dessert coming up that I think is going to be better than this as well. Now, when you think of Flame Tree Barbecue, you probably think of, well, barbecue, pulled pork, ribs, or their amazing loaded pulled pork mac and cheese, which I love. The last thing that you're probably thinking of is a frozen key lime pie pop. but that is exactly what they just introduced to the menu, and I could not be more excited. This is key lime pie dipped in dark chocolate with a graham cracker crumble served on a stick for $6.29. Now, I absolutely love key lime pie. I would even say it's one of my favorite flavors of pie, and they used to have a frozen key lime pie over in Hollywood Studios. It was dipped in a blue white chocolate, and I'm actually a bigger fan of like a dark chocolate than a white chocolate, so I imagine this one here is going to be way better than the one that they used to serve in Hollywood Studios. And another thing that's different is this one also has graham cracker crumbs on it. That one didn't, and we also have a cool little tree design on the back. I don't know. This looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait any longer to try this out. You know what I really like about this? How well the dark chocolate balances out the key lime pie. I personally really like a very tart key lime pie, and I feel like this could use a little more tartness to it, especially since the dark chocolate balances it out so well. But that bitter dark chocolate is delicious around the pie. I wish the graham cracker crumble on the outside was mixed with a little bit of sea salt, because I love a little bit of salt on a chocolatey dessert. I feel like that would have been really good, but I like how the inside of the pie also has that crust, so you get like double the graham cracker. I don't know, this is really refreshing and a very interesting take on the dessert. Like, they very easily could have just put a key lime pie on the menu here and they could have just called it a day, like a lot of the other Disney parks would have probably done. Or actually, you know what the other Disney parks would have done? They would have put a little key lime pie in a tiny pastry crust and called it a day. But they didn't do that here at Animal Kingdom. They took a classic dessert and they put a different twist on it, and I really like it. I think it's really good. I would definitely come get this again for sure. Man, Animal Kingdom continues to impress me with the different innovative snacks, and that's one of the reasons I love the food here at Animal Kingdom so much. Not only is it usually very tasty, it's different. They're doing different things from the other Disney parks here, and man, this is refreshing. On a hot day, it's nice and cool, it's frozen. Another dessert to come get. Man, I think I do like the strawberry shortcake sandwich just like a little bit better, but either one, whether you get the strawberry shortcake sandwich or the key lime pie pop here, you'll like both of them. They're both delicious. Before we head to our final and potentially most anticipated stop of the trip, for spoiler alert, some specialty iced coffees from Pandora, we do have one other stop at Pizzafari. Pizzafari is a quick service restaurant that is serving up, I think, some of the worst food in the park, but we'll see if they could redeem themselves with some new food. The new food in question being a sandwich and a cheesecake. We're gonna start by trying this sandwich, a chicken caprese baguette sandwich. This is served with a side Caesar salad for $13.29. The sandwich definitely looks a lot different than the photo made me expect it to look, but the bread does look quite tasty. It seems to be a little crusty baguette, which you'll love to see. We've got some pesto, some balsamic, some tomato, some mozzarella, and some chicken on there, although it wasn't really described. We'll see how this is. The food at Pizza Rizzo, oh my God, R.I.P. Pizzafari has done me wrong many, many times, as you guys have seen, so I've got my fingers crossed for this one. The bread looks a lot better than it actually tastes. The chicken, the quality could be a little bit better, and I could use more mozzarella cheese. I wish there was a bit more melty mozzarella on there. I like the amount of balsamic glaze on there. It adds a good sweetness, and I could also use more pesto. The real main flavor I'm getting is bread and balsamic with this sandwich here. And I like balsamic a lot, so I don't mind that balsamic flavor, but kind of everything else gets lost because there's just so much balsamic on here and not a lot of really anything else. I mean, the bar for everything that I've eaten at Pizzafari is just so low that this isn't bad. This is actually probably one of the better things that I have eaten from this restaurant here, which it's really not saying much. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Would I get it again though? No, but that's only because there are so many better things in this park that I would prefer to eat. Put this in Hollywood Studios or Magic Kingdom. Put this in Magic Kingdom. It might be one of the better things to eat in the park. It actually would probably be a top 5 quick service meal in Magic Kingdom. But put it in Animal Kingdom and it's gonna struggle just because there's so much good food here, as you've seen today. So probably wouldn't get this again. What I like with the Caesar salad though, that comes on the side, which I love that you could get a Caesar salad on the side instead of just like French fries. I like how we've got like actual Parmesan shreds in this instead of just like Parmesan from like a package, you know? We've got some actual Parmesan shreds on here, some thick Parmesan shreds. So that's really nice with the Caesar salad. I'm definitely gonna eat this. This looks delicious. So that's great. We've got some Ken's on the side. Ken's classic Caesar dressing. So it's gonna struggle in Animal Kingdom, but I wish this was at Pinocchio's Village House. You know, this would do well at Pinocchio's, but it's not a good meal here for Pizzafari. Like I mentioned, we did get one other thing from here, a dessert, the chocolate swirl cheesecake. This is a chocolate and vanilla marble cheesecake with raspberry sauce, whipped cream, and a zebra stripe medallion for $6.49. Again, toss this in one of the other parks and this would for sure be a dome cake or one of those desserts in the mini pie crust here. But what is going on with this raspberry sauce on the side? You could tell it's been sitting in the fridge for quite a while, which I am getting this towards the end of their serving day. Pizzafari closes at 4:30 and it's about 4 o'clock. So this has clearly been sitting in the fridge since they opened, probably at 11 a.m. this morning. You can tell because it's just like stained the bottom of the plate. So you hate to see that, but we'll see how this cheesecake is. It looks very rubbery. You could kind of see in the way that I don't know if you could tell on camera, but the way that it's like jiggling in person, I could tell that it looks to be very rubbery. But we'll get a little piece here with the chocolate and vanilla combo. Yeah, that is a no for me. It's a very bitter cheesecake. It almost tastes like it's a no sugar added cheesecake. It tastes very much just like cream cheese. I think the idea is cute to make it like zebra with the chocolate and the vanilla there. I like the idea. I like where they're going with it. The execution, the taste isn't good, guys. There's no crust on it either. You know how we had the crust with the key lime pie? I would appreciate a little crust on this cheesecake. It's just like straight up cream cheese flavor. It's a no for me. Here at Satu'li Canteen in Pandora, they have all new specialty cold brews, and I am all here for this. I've been saying for ages that at Disney World, we don't have enough specialty cold brews around the parks. Over at Disneyland, every single quick service restaurant has a different specialty cold brew that changes up like every other month, it feels like, and they're all usually really, really good. And I feel like the only specialty cold brew we have at Disney World is here in Animal Kingdom. It's a coconut cold brew, and it's at Kusafiri Bakery, and they close at 11 o'clock every morning. And now we finally have 2 specialty cold brews at a place that's open all day at the park here in Animal Kingdom. The park closes early, of course, at 6 o'clock, usually, here at least in the summer. But here at Satu'li, you could find 2 new specialty cold brews. They have a matcha flavor and they also have an ube flavor. If you wanted to try both flavors, they're also offering a cold brew flight with 3 cold brews. You get the matcha flavor, you get the ube flavor, and then you also just get like a traditional cold brew. I've seen photos and videos of the flight, and to be honest, I don't think the flight looks too great. To me personally, it looks like the proportion of flavoring to cold brew is a little more in favor of the cold brew. It doesn't look that great. So I opted to just get 2 regular sizes of the specialty cold brews. And you guys know I am in my ube era, so we're gonna start with this one. This ube cold brew has Joffrey's cold brew with ube, oat milk, pure cane syrup, and butterfly pea flour. I feel like we've got to give it a little mix here to incorporate all the flavors. Make sure we're getting a little bit of everything. That's amazing. Oh my God. I just love ube. So if you didn't know, a lot of people may be confused as to what ube is. It's an Asian sweet potato. And to me personally, I feel like ube kind of tastes like cookies and cream. I might be crazy, but that's kind of what it tastes like. And recently I've been on just like this massive ube kick. I've been loving anything ube flavored. Anything that is ube on a menu, I am ordering it. And this is excellent. It almost doesn't even have any cold brew flavor whatsoever, and it just tastes like an ube milk tea. I'm just getting like oat milk and ube flavor, which is a-okay with me. I mean, anything ube flavor, I'm all here for. I can't get enough. This is spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. As you can tell, it's literally, I started drinking this like a minute ago and it's already half gone. But we do have one more cold brew here to try, the matcha cold brew. This of course has Joffrey's cold brew with matcha, oat milk, and pure cane syrup. Again, we've got to give this a little bit of a stir as well, incorporate everything, make sure we get all that matcha incorporated with the cold brew. Try this one out. Ooh. I'm definitely getting the matcha in there. I know a lot of people that I talked to that got the flight said that they could not taste the matcha in their cold brew. And I definitely taste it in the full version. Again, I feel like in the flight, there was not much matcha, and like the proportion of cold brew to the flavoring was way off. I saw the drinks and it looked to be like 90% cold brew and 10% of the flavoring, whereas when you get the full version of the cold brew, it's more like 70% cold brew and 30% of the flavoring, which I feel like is a better proportion. They look a lot better when you get the full version of them. And I don't want the like regular cold brew as it is, just like a plain Joffrey's cold brew. So for me, the flight doesn't make sense. Now, I'm like not the biggest fan of matcha. I just started like getting into it just a little bit. I don't love it, but it's not my favorite. So I think this is good. Like if you like matcha, I think you're really going to enjoy this because I think it does have a good matcha flavor when you get the full one. I think it has a good, strong matcha flavor and it mixes well with the cold brew. I think it really comes through nicely, but the winner, hands down, is the ube cold brew. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and this will become a must-get drink for me here in Pandora. This is better than the Night Blossom. This is a winner. And with that, we have officially tried 10 new snacks here in Animal Kingdom. 10 new, for the most part, amazing snacks here in Animal Kingdom. Seriously, guys, so many impressive new treats. Come try that ube cold brew. Come try that strawberry shortcake ice cream sandwich, the new and improved corn, the pulled pork sliders. The list goes on and on. We tried so many amazing new foods in the park today. Let me know down below in the comments which food you want to try the most. I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me in the park today. I want to thank everyone over on Patreon for your support. As always, I appreciate all of you. If you want to see more honest Disney food reviews around the parks, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's so much new food all around Disney World, and I'm going to be reviewing all of it. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.